On Newswatch, an Israeli intelligence report says Iran is working on a plan to assassinate President Trump.
Plus, renewed strikes between the U.S. and Iran send domestic gas prices sky high.
And thousands of Haitian immigrants are in legal limbo as their temporary protected status ends today. Newswatch starts right now.
Good evening. I'm Natalie LaFleur.
And I'm Jenna Bolton. Welcome to Newswatch.
We're going to send it over to reporter Thomas Billington, who is live from Court Street. What's the weather feeling like out there, Thomas?
Thank you. We are still under a flash flood watch. It's still in effect until 8 a.m. Sunday. Expect multiple rounds of showers and thunderstorms throughout Saturday night. Expect flash flood chances will increase throughout the weekend as some areas will experience heavy downpours. Make sure you have notifications on in case a flash flood warning is issued and be prepared to take action. If you happen to be driving and come across a flooded roadway, make sure you report it and turn around and don't drown. We are currently sitting at about 80 degrees. Tonight, overnight, around temperatures will be around 68 with showers and thunderstorms sticking around until 10 p.m. before we will start to see some clearing in the overnight hours, but a chance for scattered showers will stick around into the night. Tomorrow's highs will be in the mid-80s, sitting around 84. And I will send it back to Natalie and Jenna in the studio.
Thank you, Tommy. Israel allegedly shared with the U.S. that Iran is working on a new plan to assassinate President Trump.
The details of the plot were not immediately made clear, and two sources say the U.S. had not vetted the claims themselves.
Other American officials suggest the Israeli report could be an effort to sway Trump's decision-making as he weighs whether to intensify military action against Iran. The warning comes after years of Iranians vowing revenge against the president for ordering the assassination of a top Iranian commander during his first term.
I'd like you to address speculation that you're leaving Ankara not in the new Air Force One because of security concerns involving Iran. You've spoken today twice about them possibly assassinating you and possibly being successful. Did that concern have something to do with it?
Well, I speak about it a lot because, you know, the life of a president is very dangerous. I'm number one on the kill list for Iran. They're lovely people. I'm number one.
Earlier today, President Trump told the New York Post that he has left instructions for how the U.S. should respond if he were to be assassinated. President Trump also says the ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran is officially over. In a social media post today, he said American officials informed Tehran of that point. Trump also said diplomatic talks continue. Renewed strikes between the nations already are showing up in U.S. gas prices. AAA says the average cost of regular has jumped 9 cents in 2 days. The sanctions are the latest in a string of retaliatory actions by the administration for the Iranian attacks. Earlier this week, the U.S. carried out days of bombing on Iranian targets and rescinded a waiver to allow Iran to sell its oil without sanctions. President Trump has said the U.S.-Iran memorandum of understanding is over. However, he also said that talks with Tehran would continue.
U.S. gas prices are up 9 cents from 2 days ago. AAA says regular gas is averaging about $3.88 a gallon nationally. The cost of diesel is also higher than it was before President Donald Trump called the U.S.-Iran ceasefire over. Renewed U.S. and Iran strikes are obstructing the flow of oil through the Strait of Hormuz. Barrels of Brent and WTI crude both were trading in the 70s today. Here at home, gas prices could be starting to climb again. A AAA spokesman says if they do, it's because of uncertainty over the Persian Gulf. Here in Ohio, the average price per gallon is sitting at $3.88, with the Athens County average hovering at about $3.86.
Roughly 3,500,000 Haitians are scrambling to stay in the U.S. after the Supreme Court's decision to reverse temporary protected status for more than 1 million migrants. The Haitian immigrants who were legally living and working in the United States are set to have their work permits expire and their deportation protections terminated, throwing them into legal limbo.
I'm worried about losing my job. Not having the protection will mean not having a work permit, and not having a job means that we're probably going to end up on the streets. We have bills to pay, rent to pay.
A federal grand jury has indicted 8 men in an alleged plot to carry out an attack on the UFC event at the White House last month. Prosecutors say the group planned to murder the president, the vice president, and Elon Musk. The final defendant of the 8 who allegedly planned to participate as a sniper was arrested in West Virginia this week. All 8 men are charged with conspiracy to provide material support to terrorists and conspiracy to murder. They face up to life in prison if convicted. A multi-day hearing continued yesterday in the case of Tyler Robinson. Robinson is accused of shooting and killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk as Kirk was speaking to a massive crowd at Utah Valley University last September.
He's facing charges including aggravated murder, Reed Binion reports.
My name is Lance Twiggs.
The former roommate of the man accused of killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk appearing in a videotaped statement played in court Thursday during a hearing to determine if Tyler Robinson should go to trial for allegedly shooting and killing Kirk. Lance Twiggs describing the two's relationship.
I think we started dating 2 or 3 months after he moved in.
Twiggs said the day after Kirk's shooting, Robinson said he wished he hadn't done it. Prosecutors also showed what they said was a text conversation between Robinson and Twiggs late at night on September 10th, 2025, the day Kirk was killed.
This would have been from Tyler. It says, drop what you're doing, look under your keyboard.
In charging documents, investigators previously referred to a handwritten note under the keyboard that read, quote, I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and I'm going to take it. Prosecutors allege the texts amount to a confession by the defendant in Kirk's killing.
Lance replies, you weren't the one who did it, right? And Tyler says, I am, I'm sorry.
Pictures of the suspected murder weapon were also shown in court, as well as images of bullets and cartridges engraved with different messages.
He had said he was planning to go hunting with his family, and he asked me for if we had a Dremel, because he said he wanted to engrave messages on bullets.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Coming up, the Buckeye State is now the top place in the country to do business. Find out what this means when we come back.
And Ohio Brew Week is officially underway. Find out what's in store.
And we are still under a flash flood watch. Stay tuned to see the weather forecast.
So he's a real creationist, your father?
I was that way too. I believed everything my dad told me up until a certain point.
You taught science for 25 years, Dad.
I didn't teach global warming. My students adore me. But boy, I come home and I'm a piece of dirt.
I no longer believe in the flood. I no longer talk to my father.
He has a side of the story, too. You need to interview him, and you should tell him you love him.
Monday at 10 on WOUB.
Every person is a little novel in front of you. You just have to understand how it unfolds.
We stand in this place today a complete people.
The most important thing is to protect what we have left.
We need to remember what unites us all.
This is who we are.
How could I do something this interesting and stop?
I cannot imagine myself being somebody else.
We keep that rich culture going.
I want his life to inspire somebody.
Even if we've never met, we are connected through story.
Big news for the Buckeye State.
CNBC recently announced Ohio as the 2026 top state for business. The network credited Ohio's ranking to its low business costs, strong infrastructure, and broad market access. Governor DeWine, however, also highlighted Ohio's housing costs as among the most affordable in the country.
I think a lot of it has to do just with our people. Our people are welcoming. They're people who get up in the morning and go to work. Woody Hayes said you win with people, we continue to win with people, and we're investing in the future.
For the past 2 decades, the America's Top States for Business rankings from CNBC have served as a credible and unbiased ranking of states' success in attracting economic investments, creating new jobs, and building strong infrastructure. The 2026 study evaluated all 50 states across 138 metrics in 10 categories of competitiveness.
Right here in Athens, the 21st annual Ohio Brew Week is officially underway. The 9-day event is expected to attract thousands of visitors while giving local businesses a boost during the summer months.
Newswatch reporter Thomas Billington is live from Court Street. What's it looking like out there, Thomas?
Yeah, Natalie, I'm here on Court Street at Ohio Brew Week's kickoff event, First Call. Tonight's festivities include live music, specialty food, local vendors, activities, and craft beers from breweries all across Ohio. Organizers say the week-long event was created to bring people back to Athens and give local businesses a much-needed boost after thousands of Ohio University students leave town for summer break. Now, in its 21st year, Ohio Brew Week has grown into one of the city's largest and most beloved annual traditions, drawing visitors all across the Southeast Ohio region. Now, as I said, this is the first day of Brew Week, and as the event continues into next week, weather will be key. Flash flood watches stay in effect until Sunday at 8 a.m. Expect multiple rounds of showers, thunderstorms throughout Saturday night. Expect flash flooding chances will increase throughout the weekend as some areas see heavier downpours. Make sure to have notifications on in case a flash flood warning is issued, and be prepared to take action. If you happen to be driving and come across a flooded road, make sure to report it to officials and turn around. Don't drown. Over the past 24 hours, a low-pressure system has stalled across the Great Lakes region, and expecting that low with a cold front attached to it push through central Ohio into the valley throughout the evening hours tonight and move out of the region by Sunday evening. As the system moves out by Sunday evening, we will see a much quieter start to next week, with the highs in the mid to upper 80s and plenty of sunshine. Radar has a few showers and thunderstorms. Currently, we are sitting in the low 80s. Tonight, as we head into tonight, the low overnight lows are sitting around 68, with showers and thunderstorms sticking around until 10 p.m. before breaking as we start to see some clearing in the overnight hours. But chances for scattered showers will stick around. Tomorrow, highs around the mid-80s, sitting around 84, with mostly cloudy skies and scattered thunderstorms around 2 to 5 p.m. Tomorrow night, clearing out of the region, seeing overnight lows in the mid to lower 60s. In the next 12 to 24 hours, we are seeing a low pressure and CF push across the central Ohio, which will bring heavy downpours. By Sunday, we're expecting the lows to pass across the Ohio Valley, which will make things much quieter by Sunday evening, as the chances for scattered to widespread showers will shift to the south. Now, the 7-day forecast that we have. If you need the 7-day. Today, highs of 82, lows of 68. Saturday, highs of 84, lows of 64, with a chance of thunderstorms. I will send it back to Natalie and Jenna in studio.
Thank you, Thomas. After a challenging few years, Trimble Local School District is looking ahead with a new superintendent. Dr. Christy Barker brings more than 34 years of experience in public education as she steps into the role. She says her focus is helping the district build on the progress it's already made after emerging from fiscal emergency. Barker said, quote, they needed some stability, support, and positivity. She also says the district is currently on a better financial path than before. But now she wants to shift the focus from, quote, surviving to thriving by growing student achievement while continuing to maintain fiscal responsibility.
President Donald Trump says he will not sign a bipartisan housing bill that is set to automatically become law. Trump wrote on social media today that he's refusing to sign it. He said, quote, in protest over the fact that the United States Senate is not capable of passing the Save America Act. The president again called on Senate Republicans to end the filibuster to advance the voter ID legislation and other Republican priorities. A 10-day clock was triggered on the housing measure after it was transmitted to the White House late last month. That allows the bill to become law at midnight, even without Trump's signature. It aims to tackle America's affordability crisis primarily through encouraging more housing supply. European regulators say Facebook and Instagram may violate the law because of features they say encourage compulsive use. The findings point to autoplay, infinite scrolling, personalized recommendations, and push notifications. They say those features can harm users' mental health and well-being, and that Meta failed to warn users of those risks. Meta disputes the findings, saying its teen accounts include built-in privacy protections, screen time limits, and parental controls. If regulators find Meta violated the EU's Digital Services Act, the company could face fines.
Mailing a letter is about to cost you more. The U.S. Postal Service is raising the price of a first-class forever stamp from 78 cents to 82 cents. It goes into effect Sunday. Postcard prices will also go up, with domestic postcards rising to 65 cents and international postcards to $1.75. The Postal Service says it needs more revenue to help offset rising operating costs as it works to remain self-funded.
Jet fuel prices are down, so why do so many airfares remain high? The head of Delta Airlines is blunt about why. CEO Ed Bastian says air travel demand is still strong and that supply and demand drives airfares. Delta's second quarter earnings report showed its airfares rose 11 to 12%. That same time, due to the Iran war, fuel prices for the airline spiked 75% compared to the year prior. But Delta projects its fuel costs will be down 20% in this quarter. Bastian says the current airfares are sustainable.
You could get a deal on World Cup tickets right now if you consider a couple $1,000s a bargain. All host countries are out of the tournament, and that's decreasing prices for some games. The CEO of TickPick says the cheapest seats for today's LA match were about $3,200, but that's when the U.S. still had a shot at playing in it. Now, resale tickets are going for just over $1,000. Similarly, prices for tomorrow's Miami game are down roughly by half since Mexico won't be on the field.
Netflix is among the companies vying to buy a social media platform for film lovers. Letterboxd was founded in 2011, majority owned by a Canadian company and 40% held by its original co-founders. Now, Variety reports that the company is in talks with multiple possible buyers for its app and website. The suitors could include Netflix, along with Sony Pictures, Paramount Skydance, and a venture capital firm. The bank handling the potential sale reportedly values the company at $250 million.
To stay up to date on all the latest news from around Southeast Ohio, be sure to follow WOUB News on all social media platforms.
President's car is now turning onto Elm Street. It appears as though something has happened in the motorcade route. Something I
The torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans.
Tonight at 9 on WOUB.
Now streaming on the PBS app, the definitive collection from Emmy-winning scholar Henry Louis Gates Jr. From full seasons of Finding Your Roots.
These are your immigrant ancestors.
Oh, my goodness.
To acclaimed documentaries.
Black Americans created a world behind the veil.
Discover the incredible history that connects us all. Stream the Henry Louis Gates Jr. collection now with Passport on the PBS app.
Regardless of your stage of life, whether you're starting your first job, getting the keys to a new home, or enjoying retirement, it's never too early or too late to create an estate plan to care for loved ones and support the causes that are meaningful to you. WOUB Public Media is pleased to have partnered with Giving Docs, a free resource for building an estate plan that fits your needs and protects the people and causes you care about. Visit WOUB.org and click the Support tab to get started today.
For more than 70 years, WOUB Public Media has been the place where people in our region turn to learn how stories of the past ignite the imagination of the future. It's where information, entertainment, and education work together to inform, enlighten, and inspire generations. It's the place where the community gathers to hear and see our world in new and innovative ways. WOUB, the public media you trust that's worthy of your support.
Young users face safety risk on social media despite existing online protections, according to a recent study by the Cyber Safety Research Center. It found more than half of social media child safety features are not working as advertised.
Maribel Gonzalez breaks down the report and what parents need to know about keeping their children safe online.
We had a very simple question, which was just, do these safety tools work as described?
In this report, Assistant Professor Laura Edelson and researchers at the Cyber Safety Research Center tested 86 youth safety features across TikTok, Instagram, Snap, and YouTube to see if children could realistically find and use them.
And what we found is that 60% of those features didn't work in some way.
Researchers created child and adult test accounts to evaluate safety features for minors and limits on online adult interactions with children.
So, for example, on Snapchat, there are supposed to be restrictions that prevent adults from messaging kids who they're not connected to. But when we tried to do that, we actually couldn't find any evidence of any kind of restriction on that.
The social media companies largely dispute the report, saying their features work as intended or that the test didn't represent typical use of the platforms by kids and teens. Online safety advocates say parents shouldn't rely on settings alone.
It's not one size fits all. So a couple of years, definitely at least 6 months beforehand, really starting to engage with them about asking questions, what your concerns are, what they think they're going to see on these platforms, how they want to use it, how their friends are using it.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
Today is the deadline for millions of taxpayers to protect their chance at a potential COVID-19 related IRS refund. The claims stem from a federal court ruling that found certain tax filing and payment deadlines may have been suspended during the COVID-19 emergency. The government is appealing that ruling. However, should the decision stand, some taxpayers who paid or were charged late penalties or interest between January 2020 and May 2023 could qualify for a refund. Millions of people living with HIV could soon face uncertainty as more than 120 U.S.-funded global HIV programs are set to expire at the end of September. Analysts say the programs administered by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention serve more than 8.7 million patients worldwide. It's unclear how services will continue after October 1st. The funding deadline comes as the Trump administration shifts more oversight of the president's emergency plan for AIDS relief from the CDC to the State Department.
High summer temperatures aren't only potentially harmful to your physical health. Extremely hot days can also lead to mental distress.
In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains how heat can harm mental health and has ways to halt high temperatures from taking a toll on your well-being.
It's no secret extreme heat puts a strain on the body, but it also burdens the brain.
When we feel hot, we are physically uncomfortable, and it makes it much more difficult to regulate emotions, feel calm, patient, and make decisions.
Psychologist Susan Alberts with Cleveland Clinic says that can make a person feel stressed, irritable, sad, depressed, and anxious.
Heat mimics anxiety. Symptoms such as sweating, racing heart, dizziness. These are common to being overheated and anxious, and your brain can mistake the two.
To halt heat from taking a hit on your mental health, Albert says to first recognize what's happening. If you're feeling irritable or your mood has changed, you may be overheated.
Cool down your body quickly by drinking some cool water or placing a washcloth on your wrist or behind your neck for 60 seconds.
Albert says regulating your body temperature can help you feel calmer. She says to drink cool water throughout the day. Don't wait until you're thirsty. You can also stay hydrated with water-rich foods like frozen grapes, popsicles, or cucumbers. And find ways to get good quality sleep even on hot nights. Take a cool shower before bed. Use fans or blackout curtains.
Anything that is going to help to cool down your bedroom is going to be a game changer for your sleep and your mood during the heat.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Still ahead, why the Cincinnati Summer Camp is bringing joy to children with disabilities.
They're many, but mighty. An
been essential to all life on Earth. But now, these ultimate survivors are beginning to vanish.
Insects are in trouble, and I am worried about insects and the life of so much on our planet that depends on them.
Discover these tiny marvels of evolution and how our survival depends on theirs.
Wednesday at 10 on WOUB.
We are connected through stories.
Stories about love,
family,
and discovery.
And it's magic.
It begins in your mind. It begins with your thoughts.
It's about creating again and again.
This is absolutely amazing.
Are we ready to be dazzled?
It's so incredible here. This place built me from the ground up.
Come on, we've got work to do.
One masterpiece mystery.
Hate this kind of thing, Kath. Hobnobbing.
When are you going to tell Alfie?
Waiting for the right moment.
What's all this?
Nothing special.
We got a body boss. Sounds like one of your lot.
My lot. Bishop Gray cordially invites the clergyman of the Ely Diocese.
Right vicar's tea party you got going here.
A spiritual retreat. Grantchester, on Masterpiece Mystery.
Sunday at 9 on WOUB.
Dozens of children with disabilities, including Down syndrome, are getting up on bicycles. The riding adventure started this week at Harrison High School in Harrison, Ohio. Officials with the Down Syndrome Association of Greater Cincinnati say the kids are given assistance and individual attention during the program. Once the children get comfortable behind the handlebars, they head outside to ride. This 5-day I Can Bike Camp is an annual event in the area. The final session was this afternoon, and these riders will be leaving with a new ability. Well, I wish that we would have known that was going on, because I would have loved to take a trip to Cincinnati to see that camp. It sounds like it was such an amazing opportunity.
Oh, I totally agree. It would have been so cool to see, and I just know it's the best feeling getting the hang of riding a bike. I'm sure you can agree, but growing up, I had training wheels forever. I could literally not get the hang of it at all, but when I finally got it, I just remember feeling so good. It's the best feeling ever.
Yeah, see, I was super stubborn when it came to training wheels. I did not want them on there, so now I have scars all over my body to prove it. Well, that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching.
Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. Have a great night.